What's up, everybody? OMB. Hey, look, I appreciate y'all subscribing to the channel. Do subscribe if you're not subscribed. And hit that bell icon so you can be notified for future videos. And smash that like button and share the videos, y'all. Now, this one I'm going to do is a little bit different because I know this is about Mike Tyson, y'all. But this is about Teddy Atlas talking about Mike Tyson. I know a lot of the boxers may say, oh, I ain't never boxed. I ain't never been in the ring in a pro fight. I have been in the ring. Have never been a pro boxer. I've been punched in the face. I done seen like 3 guys when I got decked. All of that, B. You know what I'm saying? So, as a person who is from New York, where Mike Tyson has spent a lot of time, y'all got to understand something. These stories about Mike Tyson that we know as native New Yorkers, when we was on the street, when I was a teenager in the 80s, the mid-80s to late 80s, these stories that we heard about Mike Tyson, we didn't get it from the media. I used to hang out at Dapper Dan's. You know what I'm saying? Right over there on 125th Street, right down the street from the Apollo Theater, if it's still there, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? The Apollo Theater still there. But I know there's a lot of people down here wearing MCM now. Like MCM is coming back in. But I'm just saying, I'm letting y'all know how deep my history goes with knowing about boxing and being in the streets and hearing about Tyson stories and being around there and seeing him. You know what I'm saying? This is going on in New York. You walk on 125th Street, you see all of them. When I was going to Dapper Dan's, just sitting there hanging out, I seen Big Daddy Kane. You know what I'm saying? He came up there. I'll tell you what kind of vehicle he had. This was 1987, around 87. He had one of them Maximas. It was a white one, had MCM seats. Ask him if he ever had that. You know what I'm saying? And who else used to go there? What's my man name? LL Cool J. He had a Benz. He had the this was the 2-door coupe, the small Benz. It was like kind of medium size, but 2-door. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, dang, shorty. But anyway, and it was gray. I remember that. Ask him if he ever had it. You know what I'm saying? I used to hang out there. Well, anyway, here's something that Teddy Atlas had to say about Mike Tyson. Then I'm going to give my opinion. I don't know if he was ever great. I know he was sensational. I know he was the greatest mix of maybe speed and power ever. I know he was one of the greatest punchers from either side of the plate, left or right. There's been great punches with just the right hand, like Ernie Shavers and Deontay Wilder and Max Baer. He mentioned Deontay Wilder, y'all. I don't know if there's ever been anyone who could punch as good as Tyson did on either side of the hand, other than Joe Louis and a few others. I don't know if there's ever been such a combination of speed and power to that pure level that he had. And it was a pure level. I don't know if there was ever as good a fighter as Tyson was. For maybe one night he was great. He wasn't tested, but he might have been ready to be tested that one night against Michael Spinks when he took him apart in 90 seconds. I think I saw a great fighter that night. I don't think you can be great unless you have all the requirements of being great. Atlas went further, as they say in this, and this came from Boxing Scene, just to let y'all know. To not rely on someone else's weakness to be strong on your own, Atlas said. Let me say it again. To not rely on someone else's weakness to be strong on your own. Too often relied on other people's weaknesses, whether it's being intimidated or whether it was because his talent was so much greater than theirs. What do you say? Was like putting, man, that's crazy how that sounds. That was like putting a monster truck in there with a Volkswagen. I just skipped the extra words, y'all. Then he says the Volkswagen was going to get crushed. No matter how much horsepower the Volkswagen might have had up under the hood, it was going to get crushed. The monster truck was not going to allow it to be a contest, to be able to find a way when your talent wasn't enough. He didn't find a way when his talent wasn't enough. And then he said, a fight is not a fight until there's something to overcome. Until then, it's just an athletic exhibition contest. Yeah, who's better? Who's a better athlete? Who's got more quick twitch fibers? Who's more developed in those physical areas? But a fight is not a fight until there's something to overcome. So if you do not, my bad. So if you go by my definition, not Webster's, pretend it means something. Mike Tyson was only in 5-6 fights in his life. The fights were there was something to overcome. He didn't overcome it. So what he's saying is Mike Tyson had 5 or 6 fights of his life. In those 5 or 6 fights, he didn't overcome. So I guess he's not what let me get the correct wording. You know what I'm saying? Because I like to get the correct wording. So I guess Mike Tyson wasn't great. You know what I'm saying? He said to rely on someone's weakness to be strong, to be strong on your own. Isn't that what boxing is all about? You look for a weakness and you exploit it. You know what I'm saying? Then he said, I don't know if there's ever been such a combination of speed and power to that pure level that, I'm going to say the name, Tyson had. Now, then he said, I don't know if there was ever as good a fighter as Tyson was. For maybe one night he was great. Now he said one night, but then he gave you 5-6 examples of how Tyson was great. Look, in my eyes, I'm sorry, y'all. You know, to me, from what I've seen and for what I've known from being in the streets of Manhattan and in New York, you know what I'm saying, and seeing Tyson, hearing about the stories and stuff like that, Tyson didn't have it easy, y'all. Tyson was very young, and he went in there, had all kinds of money thrown at him. He had a lot of pressure on him. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he came from nothing. All of a sudden, he's a star. You know what I'm saying? Granted, he had to work his way up, but the way that they worked him up made it easy for him to become a star. They put these people in front of him that he can knock out. That's because of you guys. And granted, he went to another trainer after that who just ruined his career, and went to another promoter who just ruined his career. But yet, before that, y'all was giving him easy picks, easy people to fight. So you can't say that he wasn't great unless you're saying that you wasn't great as a trainer. Because look who y'all picked for him. And then when he got to the competition, he didn't have what it took to beat the competition because of the competition that y'all gave him coming up and you know, making his record. His record became a record of a bunch of people who, I mean, granted, I can't even say that because he fought the champions that wasn't champions at the time. He took their belts. The adversity itself was getting in there and getting in the ring and just trying to do it. You know what I'm saying? Then he bumped it, and then later on in his career, when he made bad decisions and went over there with Don King, he started losing. But that ain't to say that the man ain't great. I mean, if you look at every fighter out here, every great fighter, look at their records. They got a bunch of tomato cans. And then they came later on and fought some real fighters. But what they did is they upped the competition each fight to bring them to that level. But anyway, you know, I think Tyson was a great boxer. I mean, Teddy Atlas, y'all can say what y'all want to say. I'm a fan. He was a trainer. He got all the accolades. You know, he trained a couple world champions. Cool. But guess who makes the world champions? The fans do. We make the world champions. If we say he champion, he champion. Or is he great? He's great. I say Mike Tyson is great. And I'm pretty sure there's thousands upon thousands of others who would agree. I think Teddy Atlas is throwing shade on Mike Tyson. I think he still got a little hate for Mike Tyson in there, just to even pull a comment out like that. Y'all tell me what y'all think in the comment section. OB signing out. Peace.